The views and opinions of this broadcast do not reflect the views and opinions of Radio Global, Who Knew Productions, JSA Media, and its affiliates. Enjoy the show.
Hey, this is Jimmy with your weekly lineup. Starting on Mondays at 8 o'clock p.m., we have Spot On with Lino and Debbie. Right after Spot On is Straight Talk with Matt Hazley. He's on at 10 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday night, 8 o'clock p.m., Talk Time with Val. On Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, we have a radio show called Suspense. And at 10 o'clock p.m. on Wednesday, we have On the Air with Mike Allen. On Thursday nights at 8 p.m., we have Outline with Jay and Sarah. After Outline we have Real Talk with Robert Zuckerman. After Real Talk, we have Night Talk with Joe Rocks. He's on at 10 p.m. Eastern. At 11:30 p.m. Eastern, we got Pot Talk with Jim and Paul. And at 12:30 a.m., we have Outline with Jay and Sarah. They're on right after Pot Talk. On Friday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern, we have Straight Talk with Matt Hazley. That's your weekly lineup. I hope you enjoy them. Thank you very much.
All my cards face up on the table. I gotta let it go. All of my chips are in. I gotta let it go. I give a damn if the stakes are even. I give a damn now. Going all out to win. I gotta let it go. The line come a little bit closer. I gotta let it go. Caution into the wind. I gotta let it go. The days of my life is over. I give a damn now. Going all out to win. Out to win. Out to win. Come a little closer so you understand my time.
Hey, what's up, everybody? You're listening to Outline with your girl, J. Monique.
And Chulita Sarita, a.k.a. Chichi, on Armed Radio Global.
As usual, we have entertainment news and dating advice you do not want to miss. And the first thing is Rob Kardashian and Blac Chyna. Now, y'all know that they've been in the news. There's been a lot about their relationship going on. Mm-hmm. And Rob Kardashian is actually giving Blac Chyna a lot of credit for his weight loss. Now, y'all know that he was walking around looking like, you know.
Ooh, he was looking like the Marshmallow Man. That was not cute. And he was so sexy before.
He was?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh, my God. When he was dating that one chick, Adrian. Yes, he was on point. Wow. At least his body was.
Well, Rob Kardashian, he is ready to start shedding some serious weight. And his fiancée, Blac Chyna, apparently knows how to encourage him properly. So what's she trying to say? The Kardashians weren't encouraging him properly? They didn't say that, but I don't know. But in a series of new snaps, the former Keeping Up with the Kardashians star 29 continues on his plan to drop major pounds by Blac Chyna's birthday on May 11th. Oh, so he's trying to look really, really good for her birthday. He's trying to greet her with a little birthday gift.
Have you looked at Blac Chyna?
Mm-hmm. Wow.
But you have to really think about, like, what is her real motives of being with him?
I wonder that same thing, because isn't it kind of strange that her ex, Tyga, whatever he wants to call himself these days, isn't that kind of strange that her ex is dating a Jenner? So they're all family. That's really, really weird.
Yeah, exactly. That's what that is. That's weird. And it's not a coincidence. I mean, if anything, if she wanted to get any of them back, I mean, that's how you do it. And, you know, she probably put it down on him one good time. He lost his damn mind. And now he's putting a ring on it.
Exactly. Because how did she get him to put a ring on it that quick?
Yeah.
She was doing something.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't just, they just sat down and had some tea and had some crackers and, you know, just did some Netflix and chill.
All she needed to do was really stroke his ego and make him feel like he's the finest dude in the world. Come on now. He was already having a lot of low self-esteem.
Yeah, so she boosted that back up. So now he's feeling himself, and that's probably what's going on. Rob Kardashian is probably feeling himself, like you said, Chyna. She's over there stroking his ego, and she's probably like, "Man, you just looking so sexy."
Who wouldn't want to be part of that Kardashian empire? I mean, don't get me wrong. I think they're all demons, but you know, who would not want to be part of that empire? They got money,
a lot of it.
Now, the only thing is, they constantly claim on the show that Rob doesn't have as much money as the rest of the family. So that's the other thing too. So is she really after him for money, or is it payback, or does she really love him? I don't know.
I think it's a combination of the first two that you said, because he may not have as much money as the other Kardashians, but he's not broke.
Yeah, he's definitely not.
Like, he's not hurting for cash, so I'm quite sure that he's got some money coming in. As long as his last name is Kardashian, he will never be broke for the rest of his life. Like, he's set for life.
Get it, Blac Chyna. He's trying to make some better life decisions. I understand.
This is really strategic. This is really, really smart. What Blac Chyna is doing is on a business move, then it's really strategic and genius. Brilliant. Yep. And revenge at the same time. Yep. Oh, Blac Chyna has it made right now. I mean, she's getting right back. She's right in Tyga's face right now.
Yeah. And in Kylie's face, too. I would be walking around like, hey, girl.
She's probably doing that.
Yeah.
She probably really is doing that. She got the ring. So it is a possibility that Blac Chyna could possibly get married into the Kardashian family. Can you imagine what's going through their minds? What's going through Tyga's mind? And what's her name? Kylie?
Yeah.
That's the girlfriend. Oh, I can't tell the two apart sometimes.
Yep.
But Rob Kardashian also did speak out on his engagement to Blac Chyna. And this was according to etonline.com. It looks like Rob Kardashian might not have any beef with his famous family after all.
I don't believe that. Come on, now stop it.
I'm a bit perplexed right now because I thought that they did have beef about it.
They do have beef, but I bet you he probably just let him know because, you know, he's the one Kardashian that will step up to his family. He said he didn't want to be at the wedding. He said he wasn't going to be on the show. And he's kept it that way. So he probably told his family, look, you're going to have to accept her because I love her.
And you know, Rob Kardashian, you know, he's kind of been a rebel on his own. He doesn't follow at all.
No.
It's like, y'all do you, I'll do me, and that's it.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, so he said, my family is very happy. Rob confirmed.
Now, you know that's a lie. You need to stop.
Me. This is according to ET Online. He said, my family is very happy. He confirmed it when a reporter from X17 asked if his family is upset that he's planning to say I do to Chyna. Ever since Rob started dating the 27-year-old model in January, rumors have swirled that his family is not happy with the pairing. That's not a rumor.
Yeah, for real. You can see it all over their face.
First of all, they have every reason to be. They've already had previous beef with this woman.
Yeah, and now all of a sudden she's in love with your son. Come on. She's in love with your brother. Come on.
But you do have to give her some credit, though. Even if she is being fake and she's just stroking his ego,
she knows what she's doing.
The fact that he is losing weight and he's becoming healthier, they should be grateful for that.
Yeah.
They should be thanking her.
Yep.
Like, you know, I want to thank your little fake behind. I may not like you, but thank you for getting my brother's health back in order.
Yeah, but once she leaves him, he's going to go right back to blowing up.
Why would she want to leave him? He's rich.
Well, if she gets him to sign a prenup, I mean, if she gets him to get married without signing a prenup, do you really think she's going to stay married to him?
I don't know, because look at all the perks and benefits. If she marries him, it's kind of like, okay, she's married into the Kardashian family. Once she's his wife, she's set for life. And she probably gets a part on the Kardashian show. What's it called? Keeping Up with the Kardashians? You know she's going to get even more money by doing that.
Yeah, I don't know. I hope that it's more sincere than anything, but I kind of see, like, when I see them two together, I see like a little cloud, you know, over her head, and has the little dollar signs, and she's just looking at him with like an evil grin, you know, and he's looking at her with that love struck, you know, heart bubble over his head, and he's like, I love you.
Poor thing. I mean, if that's what's going on, gosh.
It's just hard for me to even believe that it's sincere, especially with all the beef they had. I don't believe it. I don't believe that it's sincere. I hope that it is. It could be. I mean, but I just don't believe that it's sincere.
I hope it's sincere too. You know, I think on Rob's end, I think it is sincere. I think that he does genuinely like Chyna, especially because of, you know, whatever she's saying to him, he's probably thinking, oh, wow, this is the nicest anybody has been to me in years. I don't know what goes on behind closed doors with him and his family.
Okay, wasn't she a stripper?
Of course she was a stripper.
Okay.
Her and Amber Rose.
Enough said.
So you know she knows what to say.
She knows how to get herself a sugar daddy.
Yeah, and he's probably
knows the right things to say.
Like, why settle for a couple $100s when she can get a couple million?
Yeah, for real.
I mean, that's how you do it. I'm not endorsing what Blac Chyna is doing. I'm not if she is even, doing that, looking for a sugar daddy. I am in no way, shape, or form endorsing it. I'm not endorsing using anybody. I'm not endorsing gold digging or anything of that nature. I'm just saying, if that is what she's doing, she's being smart about it.
Exactly.
And she's getting revenge at the same time. So what's going on with Sheen?
So Brooke Mueller claims that Sheen owes her $80,000 in child support. Girl.
$80,000.
Yes, according to RadarOnline.com, legal troubles continue to mount for Sheen as he faces a felony investigation from the LAPD. RadarOnline.com has learned that HIV-positive actor is also fighting back against new charges that he owes his ex, Brooke Mueller, more than $80,000 in child support. What? As Radar reported, Sheen recently filed paperwork to reduce his payments to Mueller, the mother of his twin sons, Bob and Max, 6, as well as payments to Denise Richards, mother to his daughters Sam, 12, and Lola, 11. On April 7th, a day before Sheen's ex, Brett Rossi, how many exes does he have?
A lot.
God! Got a restraining order against him. And then Mueller filed new documents in their case. According to the court papers obtained by Radar, Mueller, 38, claims that Sheen, 50, owes her $88,874 in child support. Plus $499 in interest. I didn't even know you could get interest off of child support. They're treating
that like a credit card payment. Like you just racked up another $499 in interest.
Where's the late fees? Anyways, their 2011 divorce settlement stipulated that she was to be paid $55,000 per month. But records submitted by Mueller stated that Sheen only paid her $10,563 for the month of March 2016 and $10,563 for the month of April. She asked the judge to order a right of execution, which would allow a sheriff to take the money directly from Sheen's bank. Damn.
She said only $10,000 for the month.
Yeah, I'm saying though, I would like a child support check that big.
And divorce settlement was saying that Mueller was supposed to be paid $55,000 per month. You got so many people out there not getting that per year.
Yes. And she's going to get it in child support.
She's
complaining about the 10 grand. Girl, you need to change your lifestyle if you can't make it with 10 grand a month.
If you cannot afford $10,000 a month and you're complaining, I wish I was getting $10,000 a month in child support. Heck, even give me $5,000.
I know. I'll be straight. I can make it with half of $5,000, okay? I just got to budget it right, but I'll make it.
Exactly. But what do you need $55,000 a month for?
I don't know.
Is your lifestyle that big that you need $55,000 a month for child support? Because the $55,000 a month or any type of amount for child support is supposed to be for the child.
Yeah.
So what child needs or children needs $55,000 per month? What type of clothes are you buying for these kids? I mean, even if I was buying Michael Kors this and Tommy Hilfiger that, it's not going to add up to $50,000 per month for my kids. That's insane. It just sounds greedy to me. When I first read the headline, I was thinking, oh gosh, Sheen's a deadbeat. First the HIV, and now he's not financially taking care of his kids. What's going on?
But he's actually paying. He's just not paying what she actually wants. And I thought Malika from Love and Hip Hop was ridiculous for asking for $17,000. This broad
she's the angel in compared to this. Even $17,000. What do you need with $17,000 per month? And it's like If you're get a job. Child support is not for you to just live off of. Child support is for the children. That's why they call it child support. Now, if you want your own separate support from your spouse, you need to be married to your spouse at least 10 years, and then you can get your spousal support. You can use that money for whatever you want to.
Exactly.
Now, if somebody's demanding like $20,000, $30,000 a month in spousal support, and their ex cheated on them, and they didn't have a prenup, and they was married at least 10 years, go get it, girl.
Yeah, exactly.
You will not hear me complain. Yeah, pay what you owe, because I will not. You will never hear me complain about that. Like, what? He cheated on you?
Yep.
Oh, he had her in your house.
Mm-hmm. That's another 10 grand. That's another 10 grand.
Okay. For every part of that house that y'all was at, that's $10,000 for each room.
Exactly.
Because, oh, no. Complain about $10,000 a month.
Yeah, so, but according to a source close to Sheen, the smaller payments are perfectly in line with his current income. Sheen has argued that he earns about $87,000 now, compared to $613,000 per month he made while filming 2.5 Men. And when he signed his settlement with Mueller, she said to the source, Charlie is following his lawyer's instructions and the court's instructions. Brooke should stop with this. A hearing is set for June 7th.
I agree that Brooke should stop with this, because you can more than afford to live off of $10,000
because you know
a
what?
month.
He was not, I can understand when he was on that show because he was making buku money. But then again, what did he do if that's how much he was making a month?
$613,000 per month. But remember, he done wasted that money on the drugs and the transsexuals and this and that. Remember, that's probably around that time when he caught that HIV, that monster.
Oof.
That's what happened.
Mm-mm.
And now he earns, $87,000 a month? I could live off of $87,000 a month.
Dang, but she's really trying to rape him. So that's more than half that she's asking.
That's what I was just about to say, too. Like, that's more than half. Like, you really don't have to be that greedy.
He probably put her through hell. That's why she's like,
Yeah, she's
going to give me more than half.
Yeah, because you notice that she wasn't really coming up with all this stuff until after this whole HIV and then him doing this and doing that and all this other crazy stuff that he was doing. So she was like, oh, you going to humiliate me? Your pockets are going to feel it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's exactly what happened.
Because that is humiliating. You find out that the father of your children, has been walking around with HIV for the last 4 years and possibly infecting other people. And he nationally said it. Man, you couldn't just say it in private?
Yeah. Well, he did, because remember, he was actually paying people to keep it quiet.
And then he got scared that they was going to come out and, oust him, so he ousted himself.
Yeah.
Like, all right, I'm going to get myself before you get me.
Yeah, and with that $87,000, he couldn't afford to pay them to stay quiet.
No. Because I don't know how much he's paying a mortgage or how much his bills are, but it's like, in Hollywood, that money don't go that far.
No. Mm-mm.
Especially if you're paying people hush money.
Yep.
By the time he turns around, he's
got a lot of habits.
Expensive habits, because it's like, if he's doing drugs and doing a lot of drinking and partying and stuff, that could easily probably be $20,000 a month just in that.
He's got to be a devil, though. Like, how do you live through all that?
He is a devil. He went around with HIV and then paid people hush money not to say nothing, knowing that he could possibly infect somebody. Anybody with that type of sociopathic conscience, I'm sorry, you're evil.
Yep. You're absolutely right.
On to other news, and this is a little distressing here. Just from the New Orleans coroner, former New Orleans Saints defensive Will Smith was shot 8 times, 7 times in the back. Not Will Smith the actor, Will Smith the football player.
There's another Will Smith?
I didn't know that until today.
Yeah, me either. Go ahead.
According to ESPN.com, Will Smith's wife Raquel was shot twice in the legs before Smith himself was shot 8 times and killed on Saturday night, according to the family's attorney, Peter Thompson, who told their version of events for the first time on Wednesday. So in a statement on Wednesday, the coroner confirmed that preliminary autopsy results showed Smith was shot 8 times, 7 times in the back and once in the chest. The preliminary classified the former New Orleans Saints defensive end's death as a homicide. So, Ralph said in a statement that 7 of these wounds were penetrating in nature, with projectiles recovered and no corresponding exit wounds. So, basically, It started off as allegedly Hayes being enraged after he violently slammed into Smith's vehicle from behind. But he said the witnesses he has spoken with believe that the argument between Smith and Hayes had eventually been diffused and that Smith and his wife were returning to Smith's vehicle before Hayes opened fire on them. Thompson said the first shot hit Raquel Smith in her right leg, breaking her femur, while the second passed through her left thigh.
Oh!
And it says the killer showed no remorse whatsoever. As Raquel Smith crawled away, cowering, Hayes stood over Will Smith's body. What is wrong with you? Wow. Raquel Smith remains in the hospital but is expected to recover from her wounds. Hayes' attorney, John Fuller, has claimed that his client was not the aggressor in the incident and said his client felt threatened. Fuller did not specify who made threats against Hayes, but he suggested that the presence of a gun in Smith's vehicle would help prove that his client was not guilty of second-degree murder. So it looks like they're trying to build a self-defense case. But how is it self-defense if you were standing over the body?
I don't know.
Y'all got that is disturbing to me. That already says sociopath all over it.
Yes.
Like self-defense, you don't just stand over their body. I'm not a lawyer or anything, but that's more like, I defeated you. In my opinion. So earlier Wednesday, the lawyer for the passenger in Hayes' SUV said the killing was justifiable homicide.
Justifiable homicide.
This is crazy. O'Neill was in the SUV with Hayes, who was arrested on a second-degree murder charge after Saturday night's shooting in New Orleans. Ruffin says O'Neill believes his wife was saved by Hayes because, in Ruffin's words, Smith had a gun and was going to shoot it. Surveillance video from several New Orleans businesses captured a vehicle matching the description of Hayes stopping on the street just in front of a vehicle matching the description of Smith's vehicle. It appeared that Smith's vehicle may have bumped into Hayes' vehicle. So it appears that this was basically a case of road rage gone way too far.
That's crazy though. Road rage?
Oh, if somebody's tapping your vehicle, just get out your car and just say insurance, please, and keep it moving. Yeah. You really got to go that far these days? Is that what it's coming to? That you got to react with violence? People make mistakes. Yes, it's going to frustrate you. Yes, it's going to irritate you, especially if you felt like, you were going to get hurt or get injured. But it does not in any way justify doing any of these things.
No, that's horrible.
Like, wait, what? Well, all right, because this news got me having goosebumps all over me, especially the fact that somebody was standing over somebody's body after shooting them after a apparent road rage incident. But stay tuned in. Just stay tuned in. Don't go anywhere, because we will be right back, and we're about to give you guys some more news. Holla!
Big, beautiful, big boy girls in the world. This is for you, love so much. This is accurate.
Shake it, twerk, shake it, twerk, twerk it, shake, shake it, twerk, shake it, twerk, shake it, twerk, twerk it, shake it, twerk, shake it, twerk, shake it, twerk, twerk it, shake it, twerk, shake it, twerk, shake it, twerk.
Drop that ass on the floor, show them how you work. Turned up, so drunk, about to get high. I like the way you work it, thunder thighs. Woman so bad, and put it on so perfect. She let me work it, promise I won't hurt it. See how I'm twerking, who the fuck you jerking? Your booty drive me crazy, I'm a certain. To give you what you need, I'll be your servant. That Krispy Kreme jelly donut got me nervous. Check out how you do, she gon' drop it on the floor. Bring that back up, get him some more. Show him the real case, ain't no for face. Like Nick K with you, place on the waist. Very organic, I see you got your game right. It's just like magic, we're going home to fuck tonight. Just plain still though, I thought I'd throw that out to my ladies with fat ass. It's you I'm talking about.
Shake it, twerk, shake it, twerk, twerk it, shake it, twerk, shake it, twerk, shake it, twerk, twerk it, shake it, twerk, shake it, twerk, shake it, twerk, twerk it, shake it, twerk, shake it, twerk, shake it, twerk.
Drop that on the floor, show them how you work. Hey, how you doing, girl? You look so fucking nice. Oh, girl, you look so nice. I had to say it twice. May I take it a moment or two to talk with you? Would like to get to know your boo, let you roll through. Just an ordinary man with a simple plan to leave my day job behind and advance my stance. We'll keep it so real. I mean, I may be in love, plain as a lovely clouds and stars above. Now I know you may not be in the mood to play no games, and that's understood. Here to declare my feelings I have for you, and that booty got it on, and shake it, boo. Shake it real nice and shake it like your mama gave you. I gotta understand the status, you're really a player. Man, you so motherfucking nice, girl. Just watch that shit all around the world.
Shake it, twerk, shake it, twerk, twerk it, shake, shake it, twerk, shake it, twerk, shake it, twerk, twerk it, shake, shake it, twerk, shake it, twerk, shake it, twerk, twerk it, shake, shake it, twerk, shake it, twerk, shake it, twerk. Drop that ass on the floor, show 'em how you work. Shake them thighs side to side, now drop it. Shake them thighs side to side, now drop it. Shake them hips side to side, now pick it up. Shake them hips side to side, now pick it up. Bend it on the floor and jiggle it a little bit. Bend it on the floor and jiggle on a little bit. Wobble like an earthquake and drop it, do a split. Act Grand Prix, true emperor exclusive. Shake it, twerk, shake it, twerk, twerk it, shake, shake it, twerk, shake it, twerk, shake it, twerk, twerk it, shake, shake it, twerk, shake it, twerk, shake it, twerk, twerk it, shake, shake it, twerk, shake it, twerk, shake it, twerk.
Turn the floor, show how you work.
Shake it, twerk, shake it, twerk, twerk it, shake, shake it, twerk, shake it, twerk, shake it, twerk, twerk it, shake, shake it, twerk, shake it, twerk, shake it, twerk, twerk it, shake, shake it, twerk, shake it, twerk, shake it, twerk.
Turn the floor, show how you work.
Are you hangry? Know the signs. Uncontrollable yelling.
Why aren't you egg rolls?
Hallucination.
Sushi.
Pants discomfort.
I hate you, pants.
Hangry. It can happen to anyone. Fortunately, there's E24, the app that tells hunger to shut up.
Egg rolls. Thanks, Snoop.
E24. In my medical opinion, it's the best way to order food online, baby.
Hey guys, this is Sarah from Night Talk with Joe Rocks. Are you guys looking for a quiet getaway with a modern flair? Because I have a really great place I want to tell you all about. The Milestone Inn at 146 South Pomperaug Avenue in Woodbury, Connecticut has the perfect combination of modern amenities, but is surrounded by 3 verdant acres for a peaceful weekend getaway. And guess what? Mention the promo code Joe Rocks and you'll receive the Joe Rocks Signature Suite. You'll also receive a box of Night Talk chocolates, premium bath accessories, and a beautiful king-size bed fitted with luxury bedding. At the Milestone Inn, you'll enjoy plush comforts, modern amenities at exceptional value. Call and book the Joe Rock Suite now at 203-405-6261 at the Milestone Inn in Woodbury, Connecticut. Hey everyone, I want to tell you all about an amazing salon. Joyce's, located at 132 Ferry Street in Everett, Massachusetts. Joyce's specializes in the latest techniques in coloring, styling, cutting, and beach waves. Joyce's features Sukesha all-natural nutrient products and organic color. Joyce's full-service spa and salon, located at 132 Ferry Street, Everett, Massachusetts. 617-387-6688. Specializing in you.
Hey there, all you creepy people. This is Kevin Wayne from Portland, Oregon. You're listening to Armed Radio, home of the big guns.
Tune in every Monday and Friday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time for Straight Talk with Matt Hazley. Live audio on TuneIn Radio and Spreaker.com. Plus live video on Ustream.tv. From the demented minds at ArmedRadioGlobal.com.
Yo, it's your boy Cupid, aka Q, and right now you're tuned in jamming to my new single, Who Shot Ya? Boom!
I can make it fall like rain from the sky, capture your heart, girl, I ain't gonna lie. I already know what you done heard about me. Keep flirting with your boy and tonight you'll see. You look like something that belongs in the sky. There's one less angel up in heaven tonight. I ain't gonna push, I ain't gonna rush, but once you start falling, girl, you ain't getting up there. She is so fly, so fly. She caught my eye, walking by.
like rain from the sky. Cause the way I ball, shorty, ain't no lie. When I hit the mall, man, tags gon' fly. Till I met the shorty, had Jamaican half time. Shorty so fine, made me sneak and jump the line. Picking up shoot, didn't even plan to buy. Had to back up so I could see it from behind. And that's when I know shorty's just small talk.
She is so fly. She caught my eye. Walking by. That is why. Cupid shot you again. Don't know how it keeps happening. One life, one love, we got to live. Shorty, come with me, girl. Cupid shot you again. Don't know how it keeps happening. One life, one love, we got to live. Shorty, come with me, girl.
I can see it in your eyes, shorty, I can sympathize. Leave them asking why, listen to the doves cry. But shorty can't stand me until I make the fall. And they can't understand me until I get the call.
Make 'em fall in love, in love. Make you fall in love, in love. Make you fall in love, in love. Make you fall in love, in love.
Come with me, shorty.
Cupid shot you again. Don't know how it keeps happening. One life, one love, we got to live. Shorty, come with me, girl. Cupid shot you again. Don't know how it keeps happening. One life, one love, we got to live. Shorty, come with me, girl. Cupid shot you again. Don't know how it keeps happening. One life, one love, we got to live. Shorty, come with me, girl. Cupid shot you again. Don't know how it keeps happening. One life, one love, we got to live. Shorty, come with me, girl. Make you fall, make you fall. Love with Cupid.
Who shot ya?
Welcome back. You're listening to Outline with Jay Monique and Chi Chi on Armed Radio Global. In case you missed it earlier, we were talking about Blac Chyna and Rob Kardashian's relationship, Charlie Sheen's back child support, and the shooting of football player Will Smith. So now we're actually going to talk about deadbeat parents and their partners who condone their behavior. Now, this is kind of a touchy subject. For anyone that's a single mom or a single dad. So how deadbeat are deadbeat dads, really? According to time.com, new study suggests that they give stuff rather than money. So the new study, which appeared in June in the Journal of Marriage and Family, finds that many fathers who don't pay child support in cash nevertheless makes a significant contribution in kind. Almost half of the fathers in the study who were cash poor nevertheless tried to contribute in other ways, providing baby products, clothing, school expenses, and food worth an average of $60 a month. I don't know how I feel about the whole $60 a month, though. I mean, come on now. $60.
That's small.
Yes, that ain't nothing.
It costs more than that to feed a child per week.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people that do this and they provide rather than just give the money. But I don't know how I feel about the $60. Like, that's crazy. That's not going to do anything.
No, it's not. What?
Yeah. The most disadvantaged dads end up looking like they're completely distanced from their kids, and they're actually giving quite a lot, said one of the authors, Catherine Eden, sociologist and John Hopkins Bloomberg Distinguished Professor. I was really surprised by how much these little resources they have in showing their children that they care. Of the 367 lower income non-custodial dads studied in these 3 different cities, only 23% gave what the courts would recognize as child support through the system, but 46% contributed in-kind support and 28% gave cash straight to the mom, says the study. Which is the first to look specifically at more informal ways dads try to look after their kids. 66 of the dads in the study were what's considered to be a full-on deadbeat, giving absolutely no cash support to the 95 children they fathered between them. Wow, that's crazy.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, but the researchers found that they gave $63 per child a month through in-kind support that doesn't show up in the statistics. I don't know. I mean, what do you feel about that whole that's $63, $60 just really bothers me.
I think in-kind donations are unfair to the custodial parent that keeps the child every day, because it costs the custodial parent way more than $63 a month to raise and take care of that child. I mean, kids need to be clothed, they need to be fed, and I mean, I know with my 2 children, it costs way more than $63 per week just to feed them, just groceries alone, not to mention everything else that they need, so yeah. I'm not, if they want to, at least the person's not a full-on deadbeat, do I agree with it? No, I feel it's unfair to the custodial parents.
Yeah, I believe that there should be money exchanged, and you should be helping to pay for their clothing and things of that nature. Because what bothers me about this situation is not so much them doing the in-kind and the money or anything like that. If you were living with your children's mother or children's father, you both would be contributing to the money. Exactly. And the clothing. But because you guys are not together anymore, so then you feel like, well, I'm not going to help her. No, that's not right, because when you was living with her or when you guys were together, how much it took to take care of one child. But as soon as you break up, you feel like you don't have any responsibility to that. Now, do I believe that you need to take care of your baby mother or your kid's father? Absolutely not. I don't believe that. Right. But if you have lived together, or even in the time that you were together, you know how much it actually takes to take care of a child. It's not easy. And $60 a month, that's unacceptable.
That's unacceptable. Unacceptable. If they're going to do the in-kind donations, make it to where it's equal to the amount of what it would cost to take care of that child. Like, let's say they're giving $300 a month worth of in-kind donations, such as $300 a month worth of clothes and shoes and food, and they bring in groceries to your house for that child. I would accept that. I would find that acceptable. I'd be okay with that. But $63 a month?
No.
Per month?
Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's absolutely
What ridiculous. Are they eating? Peanuts all day?
So it says here that many sociologists believe that the current system of the child support payments often leads mothers to deny fathers access to their children until they have paid what they owe, thus souring the relationship between all three. Indeed, the study found that the fathers who did not visit their children gave only about half as much in-kind support as those who spent at least 10 hours a month with them.
How do you feel about the mothers that do that deny fathers access to their children until they pay what they owed?
I don't know how I feel about it, to be perfectly honest. In my own opinion, I wouldn't do that, because I feel that I guess it would depend on the situation, because if he has money, he's out there spending it on strippers and, doing all sorts of stupid stuff with his money, and he's not helping you, then I wouldn't want that type of person around my child anyways. But just to deny them, if they are good fathers and you are just denying them just because they're not giving you, I think that's wrong, because you're not only hurting the dad as much as they believe. And I think that's one thing that really irritates me about when you're a single mom or a single dad. No one ever realizes that the person that's getting hurt is not either me or them. It's the child. And you have to do what's in the best interest of the child. Before anything, you have to do what's in the best interest of the child.
Yeah, I have to agree. You're hurting the child by doing that. So I don't agree with really denying fathers access to their children because, they owe money. They should still have a relationship with their child.
Exactly.
Karma will get them. Don't turn around and exact revenge. Like, okay, well, guess what? You're not picking up Johnny this Saturday because you didn't pay your child support this month. Okay, well, maybe Johnny wants to see his father.
Exactly.
That's not fair to the child. The child didn't ask for that, and the child obviously wants a loving relationship with both parents. And there are a lot of mothers out there that do abuse that. Like, okay, if you don't give me money this week, you don't see your child. So that's a double-edged sword. I don't agree with that at all.
Absolutely not. I don't either.
According to yourblackworld.net, most of us know the narrative of the deadbeat dad. the man who shows up to make babies but never comes by to take care of them. Maybe he doesn't pay child support, doesn't spend time with his children, or has more babies mamas than the local maternity ward. We get it. We've heard it. We know that horrible father exists and that they should be confronted like the terrorists that they are to the Black community. You know, and they, you know, that actually is like terrorizing any community. Yeah, really.
Well, exactly, because that right there kind of offends me a little bit.
That was the article that said it.
Yeah, because it's not only in the Black community, it's also in the Hispanic community, it's also in the white community. Yeah. Like it's no, that's crazy. But okay, go ahead.
Absolutely. But the untold story is that of the deadbeat mother. She often slips under the radar.
Yep.
A lot of times, which is true. Yeah. A lot of times you don't really hear the word deadbeat mother because it's the notion that all mothers are perfect. And that is not exactly the case. When it comes to the deadbeat mom, the non-existent father never had a chance as she straps on the male genitalia and demands that people send her a Father's Day card every year. In fact, the father might have been dismissed before the baby shower.
That's true.
She's doing it all by herself, but doesn't know the difference between raising kids and teaching them to be successful, productive, and well-balanced human beings. Since her kids don't complain about the psychological damage being done during the parenting process, she presumes that everything must be okay.
Wow, that's some deep stuff right there. I'm a single mom, and, you know, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
Makes me reevaluate myself and my situation. I'm going to have a talk with my children, make sure they're okay.
Yeah, ask them if they're okay and teach them to be successful, productive, and well-balanced human beings.
Mean, you know,
I already know you do that.
The successful, productive part, yeah, but, you know, I think that a lot of times, you know, well-balanced, I don't know, I'm Latin, so, you know, I'm not really well-balanced myself, so.
Ruh-roh. Well, you know what? We're going to revisit this topic when we come back from a break.
Hey there, sexy. This is comedian Jenny Lavoie. You can catch me with the rest of the gang every Thursday at 10 p.m. Eastern on Night Talk with Joe Rocks, exclusively on Armed Radio Global. Mwah!
All right, welcome back. You're listening to Outline with Jay Monique and Chi Chi on Armed Radio Global. In case you missed it earlier, we were talking about deadbeat parents.
Not good.
And we just gonna kick right back off where we left off.
So on YourBlackWorld.net, it says, when I participated in the fatherhood tour with former NBA player Ian Thomas, I heard stories about fathers who might have been victims of the deadbeat mom. These were men who desperately wanted to see their children, but were blocked at every turn by a maternal security force that had become convinced that she created the babies all by herself.
Wow.
Now you know that's not cool.
No.
That is not cool. If somebody, you know, there's women out there who wish they had, kids' fathers like that actually want to be in their children's lives. And here you have women out there that block them and then want to brag on social media and say that they'd do it all by themselves.
Yep.
And they're not telling the whole story, how they're blocking their kid's father from seeing them.
Yep. Exactly.
That's wrong. Stop that. It continues on to say, one man told me that he'd been required to pay child support for years, but that the courts wouldn't even tell him where they were sending the money so he could track down the mother of his child in order to see his son. It appeared that his son's mother had decided that she wanted access to his money, but was unwilling to share any of the parental power. This reminds me of how the Democrats convince Black people to vote for them so they can ignore Black issues and spend their time fighting for gay rights and immigration. Again, that is that website that said that. That is not our quotes. That is not the quotes of Outline.
Although, I have to say, I do agree with it. But that's my own opinion.
That is Chi Chi's opinion. And it continues on to say, another person reached out to tell me about a teen girl who'd been sexually assaulted by one of her mother's boyfriends. So I'm assuming that this mother did not let the kid's father see her, but her boyfriend could.
Exactly.
And her daughter ended up being sexually assaulted by her boyfriend. See, that's that BS, though, that, you know, I don't like. It's like, you're this great parent. You're so much better than the kid's father, and yet you didn't even protect your own child.
Exactly.
And that's just, you know, not cool. And it says, as the endless parade of random men were being brought into the household and being asked to babysit, the child's mother was oblivious to the idea that thousands of children are abused every year by their mother's boyfriends. When the child mentioned the abuse to her mother, the little girl was punished for lying, and the mother continued to live her life as if everything was just fine.
That's horrible.
Yeah, that's horrendous. That is so disturbing. And once again, she denied access to the child's father to see his own child, but yet she brought random men in and out of the household while her daughter was there, putting her own daughter at risk.
Wow.
The website continues. It says one of the greatest myths in the ongoing conversation about the breakdown of the Black family. See, it's not a color, so, but I'll continue. Mm-hmm. It's that every woman with a functioning womb is equipped to be a good mom. That's just flat out wrong. I don't care how many ABC News specials try to blame everything on men. The fact that your kids are in your home does not make you a good steward of their future. That is so true.
Yeah, whether it's the mom or the dad, you know?
You would think you did a great job with your son, but notice that 20 years later, he's a pants-sagging, uneducated, wannabe thug who sits in his mama's basement playing Xbox all day in order to avoid paying child support. Even worse is that the deadbeat mom loves having her 30-year-old son in the house because he has taken over the role of her missing husband.
Yeah, that's very disturbing, but it happens all the time.
Yeah, and from generation to generation, it's like this vicious cycle.
Worse and worse, too. That's so true.
And most of us know that bad parenting exists across both genders. We also know that bad parenting can be predicated on making really bad choices. The best way for men to overcome a deadbeat mother is to avoid choosing one. And there are some explicit things that I will not read, but I will continue. And I have to agree with this part, is that family planning should start with simply having a plan.
Yep.
That plan begins with being thoughtful about where you choose to place your seed. That is true. Yep. Stop going around. If you know for a fact you would not want to have a baby with that person, you shouldn't be sleeping with that person. Yep. That period, point blank. You know, it's, of course there are condoms, there's birth control, but you never know what's going to happen.
Yes, and I love this part that they have right here. It says, yes, rappers on the radio tell men that they should sleep with every girl who offers it to them and gives them what they want. But what rappers don't tell you is that this is where unwanted babies come from. And you have to really think about that. How can you really make it work with someone, or at least try to, if you go and you sleep with someone and you make a baby and you don't know things about him or know things about her, that's how these deadbeat dads and deadbeat moms are made. You don't know nothing about them, but you're sleeping in bed with them.
Exactly.
You already just gave your child one of the worst futures that they could have. That's just horrible. Why would you do that to your child?
And then they want to walk around feeling so sorry for themselves.
Yep.
Like, oh, woe is me. But you made those decisions.
Yep.
I'm not saying that everybody doesn't make mistakes, but it's like, when you're grown, it's like, come on.
Yep.
You know that you shouldn't be going around just sleeping with this one and sleeping with that one. Come on. Yep. That's not, this isn't nothing new. And yet people are still continuing to do these, stupid things.
Yes. But what really bothers me is the men and the women that enable this behavior when you actually are knowingly dating a deadbeat, okay? And that's what we're moving on to. So are you knowingly dating a deadbeat? According to balleralert.com, the deadbeat enabler can come in different forms, but the most prevalent and powerful of the deadbeat parent is the person who's willingly dates them. Are you a deadbeat enabler? Does the person you are dating have children? How often do you see them? How often do they have them? Is it up to you to ask about their children and inquire as to why they aren't as active in their children's lives? I'm sure the deadbeat has an excuse that sounds pleasing to the ears. Since they never have their children, they have a lot of time alone to think of reasons to tell people why they don't. Remember, no excuse is a good excuse. Nova knows. How do you feel about that?
I have to agree with that. It's like, if you're dating somebody and they have kids and you never see their kids around them, it's time to start really asking some serious questions. And immediately it's like, why is that person not around their kids? And that should really put a red flag on your relationship with that person. Do you really see yourself with somebody who doesn't even take care of their own child?
Exactly. And that's where they move on here and say, now that you know that the person that you are dating is a deadbeat. So if you have some questions and then they start coming up with all these excuses and you know about it, the only honorable thing is to disassociate yourself from this person. It says, before I continue, I'd like to let it be known that I'm speaking from experience and not a place of malice or judgment. A few years ago, I was involved with a woman who I found out had a child in South Carolina. She had a great story as to why her child lived hundreds of miles away. Me wanting to give her a chance, I accepted the story. I had come to the conclusion that her child lived far away because she had a child at an early age. And living with someone more mature was in the child's best interest. Then I started noticing that she never called her child while I was around. Come to find out, she hadn't even spoke to her child in years and had a second child in South Carolina. What?
That is crazy.
That she never spoke of. Oh my God. So, I detached myself from her. No, we don't date. No, we can't date. No, we can't be friends. And of course, the deadbeat will play the victim and beg for you to understand their plight. But there's nothing to understand. And that's so true. Like, I mean, honestly, if you can't even be loyal to your own children, how do you expect to be in a relationship with this person?
Exactly, because their children should come first. So if they can't even be loyal or provide for their own children or even spend time with their own children, what do you think they're going to do with you?
Yeah, and it says here, in this day and age, there's an epidemic of deadbeat enablers, and it's so true. I can't tell you how many people I see taking care of other people's kids, but they don't take care of their own.
Yeah.
And the women and the men are perfectly fine with that. It doesn't make any sense. What makes you think if that person is doing that to their own children that they won't do it to your children that you have together? What makes you think that? That's crazy.
Exactly. And, I haven't really seen it in too many men, but I often see a lot of women who enable the deadbeat fathers.
Absolutely.
And again, it's not men bashing, but I'm just saying what I have personally noticed is that they'll be with them and they know that not only do they not spend time with their child, they don't even offer financial support for their child. They know they're back in child support. They know they owe like $20,000.
Yep.
And yet they still stick by their side and, oh, he's such a great person. And in some cases, they actually defend
absolutely
why the man doesn't pay child support and even finds no reason for him to have to pay child support or be on it.
Yeah.
And there's people out there who are actually like that, and it's insane. And then, God forbid, you take him to court or the state gets involved because he hasn't paid anything in child support. His woman or wife gets mad at you. For what? God forbid that you actually, want the man to actually take responsibility of his own child. And that's another example of deadbeat enabling. And It's like, well, just like Chi-Chi said, what do you expect? How do you expect them to treat your children? And how do you expect him to really treat you or her to treat you if they don't even take care of their own offspring?
Yep.
That's definitely, and it's happening more and more and more.
Yeah, it is. It's just sad to see, but, we have to break the cycle and do what we have to do to make sure that at least our children, we can't make sure that every child comes out the right way, but at least our children, we just got to make sure that we do what we can for their future. Because it's not going to get any better. But with all this stuff that we've been talking about, it's, a little bit sad. And, so I do want to give some, words of encouragement. And this is one of my favorite quotes. Always remember, you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, twice as beautiful as you've ever imagined. So just remember that for anyone that's going through, hard times, I don't know how many people out there believe in God, but leave it in God's hands. Pray a little bit.
Absolutely. I'm a God-fearing person, God-believing person myself, and I can honestly say that, in my opinion, prayer does work. It may not happen overnight, but, keep at it, and you'll see things work itself out. Even if in the most seemingly impossible situations, you know, you will overcome whatever it is that you're going through.
Absolutely.
Well, that wraps us up for the night. And do not forget to follow us on our social media pages. So you can chat it up with us even when we're not on the air.
For real.
Twitter at Outline Show, Instagram at Outline Show, Facebook at Outline Show, and my individual social media, Twitter, The J Monique, Instagram, The J Monique, and Facebook, Official J Monique.
All right, and my Facebook is Sarah Figueroa, Twitter, Sarah M. Figueroa, and Instagram, chulitasarita.chichi.
And be sure to check us out next week. And remember, it's your girl,